Welcome to That's a Thing 2 Overture episode 1. I'm Kevin.
Nolan.
Okay, so Drew might show up. I don't know. Like I saw him pop in and then he popped away.
He dropped a bunch of stuff to talk about, so
Yeah, we
that'd be
can
perfect.
we can go there. Oh, there's
Oh,
Drew.
speak of the devil, there he is.
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
Here.
Bat Bane. Did you like the Christopher Nolan Bane?
I thought it was funny just because it was dumb. That's it.
I liked
I
parts of it.
There is no when they did the fight in the sewer. Oh, wait, wait.
Oh, he's having trouble, but whatever. We'll talk
Yeah.
about Batman.
When he's fighting in the sewer, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But anytime he monologues, I hated it.
I think I like some of the monologue. I like the idea because he was kind of smart. I think of like the Chris Nolan Batmans, the third one's the weakest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best one.
No.
I think
Oh,
if
there we go.
Hi Drew,
I made it.
you did it. What's your opinion on Chris Nolan Batman?
Their movies are way too long and way too overhyped.
I like the second one. I don't think it's the greatest movie ever. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the first
Um,
one. Third one has some moments.
The third,
Oh no, wait. What's the best Batman movie?
Oh, the best Batman? Like movie or just in general?
Movie.
third one down. The third one also should have been called the.
Oh, Drew's having some.
Oh, there we go. There we
Okay.
go.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't know movie wise. Like, I like parts of all of them.
Also, I'm only here for 30 minutes.
Yo, that's okay.
That's cool.
Okay, Drew, get into your stuff first. What are you getting into?
Oh, are we going? Are we
Oh, we've
live?
been going for like a while.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have a 10-minute mark.
Well, I just said to go because I saw you like getting on and off, and I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, fine.
We
we'll just go.
do, but Kevin has no patience.
You should know that. I don't. I go.
Normally, for those not listening, there's a 10-minute grace window for people to show up on this show.
But Nolan was showing up.
I didn't say persons, I said people.
Oh, see, because I always interpret it as you got 10 minutes for someone to show up, and if someone's there, then I go.
So why are we talking about the Batman movies?
I think it's because we did the Bane voice when we said, speak of the devil and he shall appear, when we were talking about you coming in and out of, like, the call.
Oh, okay.
It actually makes sense. So okay, Drew, tell us about your stuff, because you're on limited time.
I watched The Banshees of Inisherin this week.
What is that?
That's on HBO Max.
Oh, is that good? I've been hearing good
Yeah,
things
it's
about
good. It's the same director, and then Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, who are all involved together for In Bruges. And In Bruges is one of my top movies. And In Bruges does have the problem of it's really good, but also like it's very sweary. And I don't mean the game developer, I mean cursing, a lot of cursing.
So you're saying that
isn't a
YouTube would be
problem
very upset.
Which isn't a problem until you're watching it with like older people that you're like family friends with, and you're like, oops, I forgot about this, and now I feel awkward.
It's that part where you try to show someone like an anime you liked, and then it gets to like the boob part.
Yeah.
Like no, but for real though.
Yep.
It's good. I promise you.
I'm serious. This is like a good show. We all forgot about this part.
I just glazed over this.
Once you watch so much anime, you don't even see it. It's like white noise.
Yep. Just your brain's just like, yep, that's just anime.
So what's the setup of the
They-
Banshees? Unless this is like spoiler territory, because you don't have to spoil.
No, it's not. So, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson are best friends until Brendan Gleeson decides we're not best friends anymore. I'm wasting my life being friends with you. And so it just gets more sad and depressing from there. And it's all set in the backdrop of like this small fake Irish island called Inisherin. And it's during the Irish Civil War. You know, it's poetry. The Irish are fighting while these two Irish are fighting.
I like it.
It rhymes.
I like poetry. It rhymes. How many cool powers are there? And is there or is there?
There's none.
Are there like
There's
any?
none.
Are there any like paranormal elements where like maybe it's a ghost?
How many shillelagh fights are there? That's the important part.
None. Debatably, there's one supernatural thing.
Ooh.
Okay. See that?
Debatably.
The Beta Blade?
No,
Oh, you said
debatably.
debatably. I thought you said like
Debatably.
Beta Blade. I'm like, oh,
Something-
there's some kind of magic
No, Chip
sword.
Zainu.
Chip
Chip
Zanu's in
Zainu
there.
is not in. No.
I got really excited for a minute. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to check this out. They're in Ireland, and then one guy has like the arm sword. Now I'm interested.
No. No. But yeah, so Colin Farrell just won't leave him alone. He's just like, no, like we were friends. Why aren't we friends anymore? It's like, no, because you're dull, and I'm gonna die, and I'm not gonna leave anything behind. So I'm gonna write music. So stop talking to me. And for every time you don't stop talking to me, I'm gonna cut off one of my fingers.
Oh Lord,
Oh gosh.
that's a power move.
Mm-hmm.
I like
And
that.
he means his fiddle playing hand, the
Oh.
one that needs the fingers.
Man, I've never been in that
And
kind of relationship.
It's really good. It's okay. So if I'm talking about movies that came out in 2022, it's my best film of 2022. If I'm
Yeah,
talking about films that I watched for the first time in 2022, it's in my top 3 movies that were new in 2020.
Yeah, I don't care. I think time is irrelevant. We've gone beyond it. We don't need time. It's just observable. See Drew, like he left. Oh, now he returned.
Okay. Sorry, I just stumbled upon our new segment. It's called New to Drew.
New to Drew? Oh, that's a pretty good section.
Yep. Where did I drop out at?
You dropped out when you were saying about like what year you watched it on, and then I started having a screed about how time is irrelevant. Time has no meaning in the warp.
Okay. So not so different from my new to Drew thought processing. And then so that's what I did. And what else did I post in chat?
You talked about how
I've been reading a lot of Hunter x Hunter.
how crypto
I've just been rereading Hunter x Hunter.
is stealing like guilty gear things like
hard.
Jiren was the top.
Yeah.
Yep, Gio is the top influencer for this cryptocurrency.
When I saw this, I'm like, oh god, is he into crypto? And then I read the story. Oh no.
Yeah, that was a fear.
That's
I
even
was
better.
legitimately concerned. I'm like, oh no, someone else and like a sphere's turned into crypto, and like, oh no, it's way more funny.
He's doing it completely on accident.
Yep.
What's even better in the post, you see some guy who runs like the XRD crypto is going like new Web3 crypto on XRD just cause like Unreal Engine But crypto, right? Right, guys?
Everyone, shut up.
No one cares. Tell me about roaming canceling. Can I roaming cancel your cryptocurrency?
Yeah, but it's gonna cost even more money. You see,
How much?
if you Roman
You just do a
cancel your
dust loop.
apes for your
Money
slip,
or Ethereum?
Oh, let's be real. It's Ethereum
yeah,
because
yeah, it's Ethereum coin, it's ape coin.
Oh yeah.
I like
Don't
that.
buy
Like
ape
everyone
coin.
was going no, but Square Enix has decided like, nah, we're still going in.
Well, also no. Riot is also still going
Oh,
in.
they
oh,
well, it's because they want to keep going in because they know the dream of infinite money with no work.
Yep. But yeah, so like Riot has the problem of they're just anchored to like a crappy one, so they're trying to sue their way out of that so they can then hitch onto another one.
They can't get enough. They cannot get
Mm-mm.
enough crypto, and I hate it. I do I support the troops that everyone other than idiots have been like, nah, crypto's stupid. Like
Mm-hmm.
universally. That's like my like cuz I'll be real. I was worried that crypto was going to happen and the web 3 garbage
I
was going
would
to
too.
invade everything,
uh,
but
Same.
I've been
Same.
pleasantly surprised at like every human is like no.
Yeah, the closest I've come to is like someone I've talked to who was like, but I'm like interested in what that technology can eventually like be used for besides this stuff. And I'm just like, but no, this technology is not useful for anything except this. And it's not even useful for this.
No, it's just a pyramid scheme.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you want encryption technologies, we already have those.
Yeah. No, there was like I can't remember. It was someone. It was like it was the idea of people going like, "Welcome to the 2020s, where all the latest hot scams are being repeated, like the pyramid scheme." And it was like that one
Mm.
Instagram lady who was doing the pink sauce or whatever, and they're like, "The
Oh,
snake
yeah.
oil, it's
Yeah.
back." Like we got snake oil, we got pyramid schemes, all the classics. They're coming back.
All the greatest hits.
Yo, I'm gonna get on
Now,
that
Kevin, what if
subprime
I told
mortgage.
you could get in on the ground floor of my pink sauce empire? You
Hmm.
just need to buy some product and I'll let it go for market rate. And then you can just upsell it to your heart's content to more people.
There you go.
And if you do well enough, I'll move you into a management position
Or you can keep that pyramid going. It's
so
all
you
like the
can buy
same
even more
pyramid
pink stuff
scheme.
from me. Hmm? Yep.
It's all the same thing. Like,
Yep. It's
come
that
on,
episode of
people.
Peggy Hill. Sell it, or I guess it's actually Bill selling the crappy
Yeah, the energy
fitness
bars.
bars. Yeah. They go to San Antonio in that episode, and that's
Yes, they
weird.
do. There was like there was an episode of Andy Griffith that was that where like OP or whatever had like a miracle salve that he bought from one of those things, and then they kept sending it to him, and he goes, "I can't sell it," and they're like, "Well, you have to pay the fee or whatever."
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
The Beaver episode had the shocking twist where that happened to Beaver, but they failed to underestimate that like his dad worked at a company that had a lawyer, and the lawyer showed up, and then people ran away. Because they're like, "Uh oh," and he's like, "Oh, so you're trying to like entrapment a child?" And they're like, we're gone." I was like, that was a good episode.
Oh.
I don't understand how a because it's getting a lot of young people. I don't know how a group that's grown up on the classic internet scams of you have a virus on your computer can fall for these.
Well,
Well, Nolan, explain to me the actual differences between the pyramid scheme and the gig economy.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
it's
No, that's pretty fair.
You're standing there and you're looking like, well, I'm gonna be exploited either way.
I think it was part of it. It's like I think it was Asmongold who said that like the reason why crypto was so popular is because it's the true American dream of getting rich while doing nothing and then having
Nothing.
everyone say you're smart. And that's the fantasy of crypto.
Yeah.
Where
God,
it's
it is.
where it's like I'm rich, I did nothing, and now everyone says how smart I am. And that fantasy is the true American dream, and that's why crypto continues. Because there's people like, man, if I was only rich, I did nothing, got all the money. But yeah, that's happening. I've been dealing with the cat. Oh yeah, the D&D thing. I want to talk about that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do too.
The OGL scandal, which is
So
wild
that's
and self-destructive as
a
only Wizards of the
open
Coast can
gaming
do.
license.
Yeah, the open gaming license. So, from what I understand, and this is me being dumb, is that effectively with D&D like 5th edition, or for really forever, like Wizards of
Yeah,
the Coast,
I think it's since the year 2000 is when like this open gaming
I
license
want to
became
say,
official.
yeah, because like Pathfinder was kind of based on 3.5 or 3rd edition.
Yeah,
So basically, what
I
D
think 3.5. I think 3.5.
yeah, because D&D would basically say you can use like the base rules and some of like the generic monsters and just make your own D&D source book or setting or whatever. We don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
You can't
You
use
can use the ideas of D&D.
yeah, but you cannot use the copyrighted like monsters. There's a couple that are like
Yeah,
we own this thing, do not use it if it look like I think it's like the Beholder is one of them. Or maybe it's not even the monster, but it's like the specific lore. There's some
yeah. That's
weirdness.
I think that's what it probably is.
Because I think
It's
like
all the like anything they put out in an official capacity, like
it was either
you can't
Beholders or
use.
Mind Flayers, where it's like you can use a Mind Flayer, but you can't have them act exactly like we have them. Or like a red dragon is a red
You
dragon.
can't call it a mind flayer.
Yeah. A red dragon's a red dragon, but it can't act exactly like our red dragons, and you can't have like Inferno of the Star Mount as like in your game because that's our thing. It's a named
Yeah,
character. You can't do it. But like if you want to have like Firestorm the Inferno the volcano, like that's fine. We don't care. And that's how it was. But then with
yep.
their
And
what
things were good.
yeah, and people in generally it was beneficial because most people would either buy like the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and then they would usually either buy another system or like their YouTuber guy or whatever would be like, "Here's my supplement," because that's what a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons like YouTube lore people would do. At least the one I watch, Mr. Rex, he does it where he'll make like, "Here's a supplement I made that has like monster character classes. You can buy the PDF and it just works and it supports me. You can put it in your game." And everyone's like, "Oh, that's great." But Hasbro is like, "We need that money." So if you
Hasbro has said Dungeons and Dragons has not been monetized.
correct enough. That was they said that during the thing when they were talking about how their overprinting and overshipping of Magic the Gathering sets along with that like $1,000 thing has like ruined their brand of Magic the Gathering or is in the process of
Yep.
ruining the brand where they had to have a thing talking about yeah, we're not. And that was one of the little snippets where they're saying, we haven't charged enough for Dungeons and Dragons lately.
Yeah, we haven't exploited that.
So now what's happening is that if you publish under like the D&D OGL, effectively, from what I understand, basically
No, you have to publish under the OGL if you want
yeah,
to.
if you want like the Dungeons and Dragons like setting and mechanics and crap in there. So like if you want
Yeah,
like if you want to be compatible with whatever edition the D&D one, we'll just call it D&D.
it's not even being compatible with it. It's like taking those ideas. Like if you want to make a tabletop role playing and you want to have strength, dex, wisdom, charisma, like if you want to have a tabletop game that even looks like Dungeons and Dragons, you still have to use the open gaming license.
Yeah, or they're gonna come after you.
Yeah.
And what it does is basically, if you're selling your stuff, you got to give your percent to Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Also, they own.
Now,
They can
You gotta
use,
pay up to the big boss.
yeah, like I think it's like it goes up depending on how much you make it. And another
Yeah.
thing is they also put in there that Wizards owns everything that you put in that.
yep, you have to register it with them.
And they can
So
just use it.
creators, yeah, they can just, yep.
So if you want to make, in our example of like Firestorm the volcano and Wizards of the Coast, is like, yeah, we're just going to use that in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. And you're like, are you going to pay me? And they're like, no.
No, they can do more than that. They can be like, oh, hey, you're like independently selling PDF is doing like good numbers by your measures. So we just republished it ourselves and put it on bookstores, and we get all of the money from it now.
Yeah. Because they technically, they own it.
Yeah, they just own it. And like,
oh,
I think there is a threshold for how much you have to be making before they start getting a cut.
well, it's like, it's once you hit 6, I think it's like, the cut starts at 5 digits, and then the real stuff starts happening at 6 digits. I believe. Also, part of this is that it's leaked and it's like drafted. So maybe the scandal will change it, but I doubt it. Because but that's I don't like that at all. Also, it's one of those things, at least for me, in terms of like the tabletop stuff, where like I feel like with Dungeons and Dragons overall, the brand and the attitude towards it was positive, like 99% of the time. Did you guys have that feeling towards it?
Yeah.
Like before, I would say before this, like people were going, "Oh yeah, it's Dungeons and Dragons, it's fine." And the people, other than there's always going to be people that play it and hate it. Like that's part of every community has like, I played the game and I hate it. I'm discounting.
I've only like just recently played my first game of like like I guess proper Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Every other time I've been using like another system.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just feels like every other one I played just has different rules.
Yeah, but it's like I want to say the popular sentiment towards it previous to this was always fine. At least from what I could tell. Like I didn't have people that were like upset at it. Like
yeah,
people have been, continue to be, and will always be upset at Magic the Gathering and look down on Magic the Gathering. But I feel like D&D's like, yeah, it's D&D, it's fine.
Yeah.
I also really like a lot of the lore and weird stuff in D&D. It's just a lot of the weird stuff is like not palatable. Like people, but it's okay.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess we're also getting to that point. You know, now like Marvel and DC is just mainstream, so
well, that's what I mean. Like,
there's going to be a point where D&D is just going to be for just your regular normal person.
It kind of already, I think it was when it was like
once that movie hit. If that movie hits and it's like a big,
I think it was Stranger Things when people were doing dungeons. It's the Stranger Things and Critical Role and stuff, and then where like Amazon made their cartoon based on Critical Role. Like,
it's like the Vox something or
the Vox Machina or whatever.
Machina.
Yeah, to me, like once that happens, I'm like, yeah, D&D is like it's not for nerds anymore.
Not
for random weirdos.
No.
So
now it's for everybody.
Okay, so I disagree. I think there is still I think D&D is now where Marvel and DC were at the start of the MCU.
Okay,
like early 2000s.
I'll accept
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll accept
2010.
that.
Yeah,
We're like,
it's
we're
still,
like, yo,
it's
I
still-
watched a
it's-
Spider-Man movie. It's fine.
Yeah, it's for nerds now. It's not for weird nerds now.
Oh, okay. It's like, because you would say with Warhammer, I still feel we're in weird nerd territory.
Yep, that's still for weird nerds.
Yeah.
But like D&D's for regular nerds.
Yeah.
Okay, I can accept that. Whereas like, and then Marvel superheroes are for normies. You would say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though I don't like the word normie, except in irony. It's like the word gamer. Like I was watching like Pat's stream the other day, and there was like a discussion of the word gamer and how like I never
Well, it's like a
referred to
sales
myself,
term.
but I like never referred to myself as gamer.
I just played video games.
Yeah, I just
that was
played
it.
video, but I always thought it was like really cringe when people were saying gamer.
Yo,
And then
I'm a gamer.
like I'm a gamer.
Yeah, when you think about it's gamer is a marketing term, and
When
as
you
soon
see
as
the
it's like, oh yeah, that's why I hate it.
When you see the shirt at Walmart that says "Eat, Sleep, Game,
Repeat.
Repeat," and then what's the
When
other
you
one?
see the
It's
shirt
like,
at
Stand back.
Gamer.
I only need 3 XP to level.
yeah. Oh God, this is the
No,
worst.
when you see the shirt that says gamer and it's short for good at making extremely hot girls, I'm a gamer.
Yeah, I love it.
Jesus Christ. I hate it.
Or that one, it's like that one shirt, and the one that, if you want to know the one that triggers me the most, it's like that weird looking drawing that's like of some like it's trying to be like a street kind of skater punk. It's like I'm gamer, and it's like hunchbacked for gaming, jittery from caffeine. You know that picture?
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
I hate
the
that
one.
shirt. And then when I see a kid wearing it, I get even more mad because they bought it for themselves. They made a mistake.
You know what? But that and anime. Anime is now too mainstream.
I don't.
If I can see a
So,
kid walking around with a shirt I would get bullied for, I don't like it.
I know, because like now all the kids just grew up watching anime. It wasn't like, oh, you
it
were
wasn't the
watching
weird
anime
thing.
too late.
People walk
Yeah.
around with like their Pokemon shirts, and I was like, I got made fun of because I wore a Pikachu shirt to school.
Yep.
No, fucking wearing
And
like
now
a Naruto shirt or a Bleach shirt. And
Yep.
someone's like, "Oh, you watch cartoons?"
Yep.
Like, oh
Kids
God,
these
it's
days, they don't know how good they got it
infuriating.
Yeah, they sure
or how
don't.
bad they got it.
Yeah.
But later days, guys.
Okay,
I
so
got
Drew's
bounds.
out. Bye, Drew. We're gonna talk about other stuff. We still have hours.
But-
Bye.
I would get
Yep.
told. Yes, yeah. I would get told that because I played. What was it? We went on like a sports trip, and I had Pokemon Mystery Dungeons because it's a fun game to
Yeah,
play.
it
And
is.
someone went, "Huh, you played Pokemon?" I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's good.
What a nerd!
Yeah,
And now
like-
it's fucking. Now everyone plays Pokemon Go.
yeah.
Well, or used to.
I hate it. It's that inherent like quality that I'm forced to fight myself, where it's the monkey's paw of like I don't want to be the gatekeeping jerk to keep people from doing something that I liked, but I also don't want people to be doing something that I liked.
Like,
It's like that same. It's like because it was interesting because you had some like of the Warhammer people going like with the old Henry Cavill Amazon show. It's like on the one hand, I'm glad more people getting into the hobby, but on the other hand, do I want more people into the hobby? But on the other hand, it's like I kind of get it, even though I think overall you want more people playing the thing.
oh yeah.
I mean, overall you want more. You don't want to gatekeep.
I want it in a place where it's semi-popular, where people like if you say the name, people are like, oh yeah, I know that is, but I've never played it or anything. But not popular enough to where everyone's into it, and then it starts becoming a big franchise, and everything changes about it.
I want it to be around the popularity of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Where
Yeah.
like people like those movies and understand what Spider-Man is, but they don't read like the comics or the video games or
Yes.
anything. I feel like that is the ideal popularity of a nerd thing. Where
That's the perfect perch.
yeah, because you're like, yeah, everyone like you're Spider-Man. Like, yeah, I watched that movie. I know what that is, but you didn't
No,
read like the Clone Saga.
Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
everything before Avengers.
I watched-
No, I say up to Avengers, and then that's it. That's the popularity I want for the things I like.
Yeah. Like it's kind of where I don't want it to get so mainstream that it loses itself. And that's what I feel like what happens once you get to like
The company has to change it to make more money.
to nth popularity.
That's when it goes bad.
Oh yeah, we forgot because Drew posted it, but the Avatar where there's gonna be evil fire Navi in the next one,
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
which I'm excited. I want to see evil Navis.
As we said, they do listen to us, and they listen to us talk about what we want.
They know what I want. Now I want powers.
Yes.
I want Kekai Genkais. I want bloodline techniques.
I want to see what the Earth Clan's doing, and they're just shorter.
Oh yeah.
And they have full beards, and it's just dwarfs.
It's like caves of Cud. They're all like mutated and weird.
Yeah, and they're in there. They have actual metal.
Oh, that would be because like the regular, they're like in tune with like the plants, but this would have to be in tune with like the metal, so they're like forging stuff.
Yeah, and in the Earth Clan.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I'm a big fan. They team up with the humans because like they're like we don't like these people. They don't let us go to like the magical jungle. They force us to stay in like the volcanoes.
I want the thing to happen where the reason why just countries have huge leaps in technology is because they're happened to the Na'vi. Yeah. So now they're using like crossbows and they're starting to make gunpowder.
I think I would like to see that idea of like the technological advance.
Because they have to, because they're being attacked.
It's also from like humanity. Like, what if like the Fire Na'vi are just like cool with the humans?
They're like, yeah.
Like, yo, guns seem pretty good. How about we?
No, they're cool. So if, like, I'm using my basic brain to understand what James Cameron wants to do. When he goes Fire Na'vi, he's like, fire burns the forest. It's destruction from creation or creation from destruction. I don't know, they're evil because they attack stuff, but it's part of the process of life and death. Blah blah blah. Just basic writing stuff. I can infer from that since it's all about forests and crap.
All right, so what if James Cameron is super smart because we have the Na'vi. We have a series of aliens, and they're divided into elemental caste, and they're blue. What if it turns out that the Na'vi are like the proto-Tau? And like we're seeing this is like way before the theory. Like this is like the caveman Tau, where humanity encountered these people.
Are about to hit.
Yeah, and then
fuck.
Yeah, and then like, but humanity left, and then we had like the great whatever, like the troubles.
Yeah.
And then like the Tau evolved. So what we're secret Avatar is secretly Warhammer prequel.
Oh fuck! And it's the saying Na'vi is the same way like Tau shit would be written.
Yeah. You'd have an ethereal class who's like because of their connection would like connect through all of them and kind of dominate that. Like I'm saying it would not take much to leap from Na'vi to Tau.
Oh god, that's so stupid. That's so stupid, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, I just thought of it. We were talking about like the fire cast. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And then there's like an earth cast and then an air cast.
Yeah, there is.
You have like this warring. Like you have because we don't know about like the
Jake Sully is the first ethereal.
Yeah, Jake Sully. And yeah, because you don't know exactly what the ethereals like. They all kind of came randomly. Some people think it was
They're
like the
they're
Eldar,
humans. They're
but they're
humans.
actually humanity. The human genome,
Oh
because
fuck!
the avatar bodies are like half avatar, half
Partly
human.
human.
So like that
Oh
human
fuck!
psyker, oh, that would explain it because
Oh
that's
my
how they have the
god!
ethereal control. Because
Oh
the
fuck!
psyker element of the humanity, because Tau aren't psychic at all,
No, they're not.
but the ethereals are, and that's
Oh,
because they are descendants of Jake Sully, the first avatar.
for people that don't know what's going on, Warhammer,
Yeah,
it's a
Warhammer.
bunch of stupid shit.
Oh, it's dumb.
Luckily it's not popular, so you don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's really dumb. It has a lot of lore about like British people, British nerds for like 40 years have been doing it, and it's all
Oh, fuck.
canon.
I just if that's the turn, then I'm going to be. I will stand up to the
Oh, he's a
theater.
genius. He's the
I'll
greatest
clap.
genius of our mind. I'm saying it wouldn't even take that much to do.
No,
Like you don't like you could drop in like a couple hints.
and because the stupidity of Warhammer lore is like, oh yeah, some things are just written wrong, and no one really knows what's going on.
Yeah, it's written wrong. It happened in the past. It was corrupted by chaos. You don't know.
Yeah.
My favorite Warhammer
Um,
lore kind of speculation video of all time is Luton's, where he talks about how they don't know if it's actually 40K or 41K or maybe even
okay.
42K because no one's
We
been
don't know
keeping
what the years
time.
are.
Yeah, the year is like, what year is it? And they can't really answer. Part of it because of the troubles, and part of it because whenever a warp storm happens, the time doesn't happen in the warp. You have spaceships arriving before they left.
You have ships going back in time.
Yeah,
You have orcs going back in time to kill their previous selves, so they can have two of their same gun.
yeah, that happens. Don't worry about it.
You have guys that like disappeared 1,000 years ago pop up at the perfect moment, not knowing what's going on, but saying, "Oh, enemies, kill," and like decimating a force.
Yeah, you have the Chaos Space Marines, and they have conversations where they try not to talk about how long they've been alive because it freaks them out. They're just like, I'm just really angry because whenever I'm not angry, I start to think, and then I get really upset.
Oh, listen, you got a problem. Go ahead and put some more plugs in your head. That'll
Yeah,
fix that.
just put a
Oh,
couple.
thanks.
Yeah, get a couple more butcher nails. Just slap them in there.
You gotta stay angry.
Always anger.
Oh,
But yeah, I
uh,
love it.
uh, let me see.
Oh,
The only other thing,
yeah, G Witch.
yeah, G-Witch. G-Witch is great. It's now turned from magical girl Utna into a normal Gundam show where children are now murdering adults.
Yeah, I can't say that I've been spoiler free because I haven't seen the show,
I haven't
but
seen.
I've seen images.
Just see the splat. I guess.
I saw the splats. I saw the shoots. I saw that you pick up that gun, which I think is
That's how.
great. See, that means it's turned into a real Gundam show. Because to me, like the real, like that's like, and now we're Gundam.
Yeah.
These child, yeah, you didn't think you thought the child soldiers weren't child soldiers, but they were.
Oh, you think it's just going to be about a bunch of, kids at school playing with big robots? Oh no, time for the turn.
Yeah, that's a war machine. You know what we're gonna do with it. That's all. That's one of the things I've always kind of liked about Gundam. I even liked about the 76 Gundam where it was like these are like children.
Oh yeah.
It addresses that more than I think a lot of shows of that era were, where it's like Amuro and his gang were like not ideal to be put on the white base.
There was literally a point where Armor was like, "Oh yeah, I'm having PTSD from murdering all those people," and they're like, "Where's Armoro at? He needs to get in the Gundam." Oh, he's got like severe PTSD. I don't care. Get him in there.
Get him in there. Yeah, I think yeah, because that was where like he actually realized all the Zaku's he were killing, there were humans inside of them. He was like, there's a level of abstraction of I'm blowing up the evil robots instead of I'm blowing up there's a man in there, and that man
There's
probably or woman, and they probably have a family.
so there's the character in the second series, Zeta, who's like, listen, I understand that there's people in there, but I got to kill them because they're trying to kill me. And then there's a point where they're like entering the atmosphere, and everyone's kind of like stuck in like little parachutes, except for him, and he just looks at one and takes a shot, and you see a person just burn up in the atmosphere, and he goes, "Ooh, okay, no, that's not fair. I can't do that. That hits me a little too wrong."
Yeah, it's a little too it's you're not as cool as you thought.
Oh fuck!
Oh, I
I,
like
I think we're making mistakes.
yeah. It's the weird duality of Gundam where like
The
it's like I like the cool robots and I like their cool robot techniques, but then you're like it's that's it's always goes back to that image where like the the devastation of like war on a society and it's like cool robot though.
yeah, there's there's a point in the I guess in G Witch where like it's the little girl hiding, and then like a bunch of guys are about to gun her down. She just sees her mom just gun them all the bad guys down, and her mom's like, "Oh, good, you're here." It's like, Mom, you just murdered these people. It's like, yeah, I had to. Remember, honey, it's okay to kill if you're trying to protect something. Just remember that. And she goes, "Okay," and then just starts blasting people out of the
Yeah,
air.
it's one of those it's like it's I think Drew was talking where it's like the shonen protagonist of I'm gonna give it my all, that where it can turn unhealthy, where while it's cool that Goku's anger and rage unlocked a new power inside of him, sometimes that may be a bad thing to do. To go, I'm gonna be so angry, I'm gonna do something real bad.
Where
Which
he does it and just shoots an energy blast on,
yeah,
and it just accidentally hits the planet.
there you go.
Oopsie.
Oopsie doodle. I also saw the thing where they talked about how like projectile weapons are banned in space because like they break space junk.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's
because
that
it
level
leaves
of
the empty shell casing.
that's that level of world building where like that line didn't have to be there, but it should being there shows that you cared, and I appreciate it.
Only to hard cut to the line of the the other person killing him and says, you piece of shit left Earth polluted and went into space. You're not one to talk."
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's even better. Oh, I love it. I love how petty. That's good. You're doing good,
Gee,
Gundam.
which is going to be great. I'm really happy to see more of it. Uh, Anime and show wise, I'm trying to watch Bochi the Rock, which is pretty funny, and hopefully I'm going to be able to catch up more on Blue Lock because I've missed the last couple episodes.
Yeah. I think I need to check out Chainsaw Man. I haven't, other than the manga, which I've been reading
Well,
like
yeah.
constantly. But like,
Listen, you know what happens. It's still good.
yeah, like it's good, and I could see it. I understand it, but part of me is just like, do I want to rewatch something I know is good, or should I actually watch the Gundam show because that's new. That's a new thing with new characters. I feel like that may be a better use. I was going to talk about something, but I forgot. Maybe I'll remember just looking at like Twitter or
Look
just
through everything you needed.
looking
And
at stuff.
there's been a bunch of like weird news stories that's happened this like
Yo,
last week.
you could just whatever comes to the top of the head. That's how the podcast magic is made. Whenever you ramble and then you hit something else and you're like, what?
Oh no, just nothing specific. A lot of like I guess YouTube drama.
Yeah, the YouTube stuff were like, I think we're like the YouTube profanity policy, which I
Yeah.
think the real bad part about it, other than like the kind of vagueness of when it's implemented, is the retroactive element of it. I think that's the part that like really grinds my gears.
That's you're first of all, it's YouTube. This is what's made you more money than anything is profanity.
Well, yeah, it's also it's the fact that you're trying to like I think it's that you're trying to automate it, and then you've automated it to the point where like it's messing up, but because you don't care, it's cheaper than having like a guy.
Yeah. Well, let me find it. There's I think I might find a new YouTuber to follow, but it's a guy who takes his Transformers and makes them fight
Yeah,
with a very bad camera.
there you go.
I need to watch a little more to see if this is some grade A content or if this is just nothing.
Yeah,
And I hope
the one I watched that talked about this was LS Mark, who talks about cartoons. He was the guy I watched that reviewed he's one of those guys where he'll do like cartoon reviews, but then he also does like here's like the 5 hour long video where I watch every episode of SpongeBob. Or he was the dude that read every Five Nights at Freddy's book and talked about it. And I'm like, I'm fascinated. Tell me about these stories. And he was talking about how like with his videos it sucks because he did all this work, and then like he did like one where he watched every episode of South Park and talked about it. It's like 5 hour long video, and then it got demonetized, and he was like, if I would have known beforehand I could have like altered it, but then I didn't.
I had a similar one where it was one of my favorite creators, Rebel Taxi, talking about all the Lego movies.
Oh, where you get yeah, and where they messed up.
Yeah, or they really start falling apart.
Yeah, I've only, like all the Lego movies are not like the Lego like the one where it's like Ninjago.
So yeah, no, that too. So Lego Movie 2, Batman Lego, and then Jago, and no, actually, I think it's it. I think it's only four, and then all the ones they canceled because the last two just failed so badly.
Well, that's also they're in the WB, which is canceling WB, which is canceling like everything except that Flash movie that's still coming out.
It's yeah, okay. I'll I may put the YouTube in the description, but it's a guy playing with his Transformers and making episodes where they're fighting bad guys.
Good. No,
But
that's like pure content. I
it's
support that. I'm not gonna
it's the
watch it.
good content where I want this to thrive but not be bullied.
Yep. Okay. So it's that level of like it's that good cringe, but it's not like
Yeah.
that. It's not that I don't know, the bad cringe.
There's yeah. It's the cringe I want to protect.
Yeah. I can get that. I don't know. There's some what was it about? It wasn't the YouTube. Oh, it's about like the AI stuff and how like that bothers me too. Where like Microsoft is like going in on like AI voice like acting or whatever for like
How the AI gets racist so fast.
oh that was the AI streamer where it turned because the internet will make whatever the robot racist, which I think is a problem for some kind of sci-fi or like if we did the Terminator nowadays, Skynet would be like a Hitler solemn like simulacrum, and you'd be like,
No,
how
no.
did that happen?
Here's the best part: the AI doesn't get racist on its own. It gets racist because people think it's funny to make it get racist.
Yeah, because that's new Skynet. See, in my new Terminator, like Skynet was going to be a learning AI, but then everyone decided to make it Hitler, so that it became Robo Hitler.
This would be such a funny joke, and then the human race annihilated.
Yeah, basically. You're like, well, we should have known.
Shouldn't have. Because we can't be nice on the internet.
I don't know. Maybe we just can't be nice in America. Do you remember it was like that traveling robot or whatever, where it was like it was like this. They had like it was like a robot with like a GPS locator, and it was like, I'm travel buddy, take me across your country and take pictures with me. And it like did Europe fine, and it did Canada fine, and then it got to like Philadelphia and was immediately destroyed.
It was like in the U.S. for I think a week.
Yeah, it didn't last very
And
long.
obliterated.
It was like just destroyed. And I was like, yeah, go America. Oh man, that's also reminded me of that Twitter that Pat posted with the Elon's Hyperloop. That looks horrible. Yo, he made a tunnel in Vegas where you can get in some guy who drives a Tesla down a tunnel.
I just there's some I thought like, oh well, they're going to be auto driving, right? No, there's just a guy in there.
That's what's to me. That's the worst part. Is that it's just a dude drive? Like it's just a bad Uber. Like you made like the worst highway possible. Like if it would be better if that was just a moving sidewalk and like an air conditioned like tube.
Yeah.
Like at the airport. I like those moving sidewalks at the airport because they make you feel like you're walking real fast.
That would have been better.
Just put one of the because then even if it breaks, it's just like an air conditioned tube you walk in.
It's going just as fast.
Yeah.
As those cars as well.
Yeah, like they're not. And you can't drive that fast, and you're just going down like it's terrible. But really, I think that all that was to like siphon money away from like public transportation.
Of course, they do.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's the end game.
Which now was that's the other thing. Elon Musk is upset about. They may be removing credits from certain versions of his.
Good.
And where Elon's like, no, government, you have to spend money. You have to give me your credits. And then like a week ago, we don't really need all this government spending.
There you go. You love to
see.
So
no, government spending is okay when they spend it on me, though.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Difference. No, that's fine.
Other than that, no, it's always bad.
I think I was watching it, and I think when I did the thing, and he spent all that money, I'm like, you could have just bought Capcom.
Yeah.
You
could have bought something cool.
Yeah. Like you probably could have bought Games Workshop. I don't think it's that expensive.
If that's rich people money right there.
Yeah. Or just ended hunger. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. I think
people... well, he could guys, he could have done that, but then afterwards he wouldn't have any money. Yeah, that's fine though.
No, but then you're cool though.
Yeah, you've ended hunger.
You're like a saint. It's the idea of like if you really want to be cool, there is a way to do it. It's not hard to be likable. What else am I thinking about?
I don't think any billionaire is likable, and that should be correct.
Well, no, because if you got that much money, you're not likable. Because you can't have that much. Like you have to be outputting that much money to be likable or whatever. Like even if it's just on stupid, like even if it's just like I'm putting a water slide in every town.
Yeah.
Like every incorporated town will have like the Elon Musk water slide at a park. Every single one. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be like, okay. Or one of those like splash little parks, in the summer wherever they have them, where it's like a park and there's just a bunch of like water like spigots.
Oh yeah.
Spraying around.
Sure, just have the Elon Musk Tesla water park.
Yeah, water park. I like water parks. Use your technology to siphon the pee out of the water. Like, give me that. Give me a water park with like top tier pee filtration, or like the guaranteed parts per million of urine and feces are like as low as humanly possible.
Oh shoot! No, that's the other thing I'm talking about. So I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
The new one, Horizon Forbidden West.
That's on my list at some point.
Yeah, a whole subplot in that is man, those Elon Musk types are really evil.
That was okay. So you know the story of the first. This is spoilers for the first one.
Yeah. Oh, it's
But
fine. It's been like years.
okay, so like the
You're good.
first one, like the whole crux of the problem was that a tech billionaire guy led to the creation of like the nanomachine self-replicating robots, but funded the Horizon Zero Dawn program, which is basically wipe the Earth, terraform it, and then release humanity back in there. But he was so afraid of like humanity repeating his mistakes that he cut off like the intelligent learning part of it so that the people would spawn in but not have all the previous knowledge, so they would be stuck in like the caveman tribal era.
Yeah.
And the reason why Aloy, the character, is so smart is that she had one of like the reactive learning devices that everyone was supposed to have, that's supposed to like give you the heads up display and teach you things.
So you played through one, right?
Yep.
You know the aspect of Aloy when they're like, "Oh, we've been worshiping the sun god," and you see her roll her eyes
Yeah, because it's
every
like it's a
time.
door. The
But like
door.
she doesn't try to teach anybody anything.
No.
That's where the new one fixes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it removes the most annoying aspect of her personality, which is you guys are so stupid. You're worshiping the sun. Don't you know that it's just a nuclear? No, they don't know. They're
They don't
cavemen.
have
Aloy, teach
they
them.
they don't have the little chips, but you found them. You can give those to people.
Yeah, that's one of the ploys. Also, another one aspect is so they did like the terraforming thing.
Yeah.
There's actually a bunch of billionaires who got together and made a spaceship and flew off into space.
Okay, that's radical. Oh, I like it. Are they coming back?
We don't know,
Oh man, that'd be cool. That's
but
a
there's a mysterious signal that's coming from space.
oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. What if those people are revealed to be the 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim?
Please, I'd love that.
You get you get you get them coming. You get a crossover.
I rather enjoy cheating.
I love it. Yakisoba pan. Only on Earth can have the yakisoba pan. Greatest
Please, I
food
wish.
of all time. All right, I think we'll think of something.
I think we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're
I think
good.
it's good to end it here.
All right, we started the new one. We'll talk more next week. Have a good
See you
one.
all through the new year.
We rolled the new. Yeah, just think. Oh, Nicolas Cage vampire movie. I think could be good. Depends how much Nicolas Cage vampire there is.
How much is he hamming it up?
He's gonna be
That would be
hamming it
good.
up 1,000%, but it just depends.
Good.
I think that movie's key components are how much Nicolas Cage as Dracula is in the movie, and is that therapy scene the setup of the entire movie where we're going to be seeing like back in time, or is that just one scene in the movie? If it's one scene in the movie, I think it's okay. But if that's like the structure of the film is he's at like relationship therapy and he's telling them all about like his Nicolas Cage vampire adventures, I think that's a little not as good.
I'm hoping it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Anyway, later days. Bye.
Bye.